fashion, food, and fun. You're watching Living Local 15 with your host, Jessica Williams.
Good morning and welcome to Living Local 15. I'm Jessica Williams. Thank you so much for joining us. Today is the wrap up of a 4-day Thanksgiving shopping spree from Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, Cyber Monday, and now today is Giving Tuesday. And you may be wondering, what is Giving Tuesday? Well, it's the biggest generosity campaign of the year. Globally, it's a day of giving, whether that's through volunteer work, monetary contributions, or serving for a greater cause. Let this be a reminder that we all have the power to make a difference in someone's life, and it starts with a small act of kindness. On today's show, we are visited by the Embassy Theater and learn about their upcoming holiday shows. And I take you inside of the popular glass exhibit at the Art Museum, and we get some end-of-year home buying tips. That and more after the break.
Follow us on social media at Living Local 15.
Here to share with us the exciting things that the Embassy Theater has going on this winter season is Carly Myers, who is the Chief Marketing Officer. Hi, Carly.
Hi, how are you?
Good. It's nice to see you again.
It's great to see you as well.
Yes, the weather's a little different this time.
It is. It is a little chilly out there.
Yes, but it makes perfect for this winter season.
That's right.
Yes, and you all are just really busy right now.
We are.
With all of the events. So let's start off with the Festival of Trees.
Sure.
Tell us about this beautiful, really cool and unique thing you have going on.
Absolutely. So this is the 38th annual Festival of Trees that the community has been supporting for almost 4 decades. We kind of transformed the Embassy Theater and the Indiana Hotel lobby into this winter wonderland for 8 days and have visits with Santa. We have stage programming throughout the entire festival. And it's just amazing to see, you know, anywhere between 55 and 70 trees, depending on the year, just magically, you know, decorate the space in all these creative themes, and it is just unbelievable. And it's really interesting to just go from tree to tree and see all the creativity in Fort Wayne.
Right. So let's talk about the decorating. Who decorates all of these beautiful trees?
Yeah. So we have dozens of decorators that we work with every year that get matched up with sponsors who sponsor the trees.
Okay.
And then they either have a vision for the tree and the decorator kind of gets that vision kind of worked out and, you know, brings it to life, or they give the decorator total creative control, which is always really fun too.
Yes.
Sometimes it's related to the business or organization. Sometimes it's totally just, you know, a theme that they want to bring to the community in some way. And so there are 2 days where the decorators just transform these trees, and it is like, it's like this balletic chaos that happens, and it is really incredible to watch happen.
Yes, that's awesome. And it's been going on all throughout Thanksgiving.
Yes.
And now we're on the final 2 days.
That's right.
So people have to get in if you want to see the trees. So
That's
tell
right.
us about the days, the final days and times.
Absolutely. So we are open today and tomorrow from 9 to 1. And actually, these are good days to come. Today is actually Senior Day, but it's open to all ages. And you can come and still visit with Santa, still see some incredible stage programming, and just support the Embassy because it is our biggest annual fundraiser that we bring to the community.
Yes, and fundraisers are so important because
They
you
are.
are a nonprofit.
That is correct.
Excuse me. And through being a nonprofit, there are things that you have to do to upkeep
That's
the
right.
facility, especially with it being a historic building.
That's right.
So share with me what your next fundraising initiative is.
Sure, yeah. So we are currently embarking on replacing 318 windows in our building.
Wow.
And it's, you know, this is the time for us to do it. We have a responsibility to keep this building in tip-top shape as we're on the National Historic Registry. And that's a part of our mission as far as, in addition to bringing arts and cultural experiences to Fort Wayne. So we're in the midst of doing that. We have already raised $1.3 million. We just, yeah, I know, that is exciting.
That is.
And now we are doing a public-facing campaign for the additional $600,000 that we need to kind of finish things up over the next few months and actually over the next year. We're actually restoring the windows on the first floor, and we're replacing all the windows on the remainder floors, which is that 318.
Wow.
Yeah.
Quite the project.
It is. It is. It's really cool to watch it from the inside, too. We're seeing the crews, every single day the crews are working on multiple windows, and it is a process, and I have such respect for all the work that's being done to lovingly install and make sure that everything is being done in coordination with us being a historic building.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
awesome. And now we're heading into the holidays.
That's right.
Christmas holiday, my favorite time of the year.
Yes, so many people love it.
So the shows that people can experience. So what's happening at the embassy?
Sure. So we have a lot of holiday experiences for people. We always have the Fort Wayne Philharmonic's Pops concerts, and there's several opportunities for people to do that. We have things like Motown Christmas, and the Rat Pack is back for the holidays. Those are kind of fun.
Yeah.
We have Lindsay Sterling and Straight No Chaser, which are actually both sold out, which I won't celebrate the fact that those are sold out. We have a lot of people that love Straight No Chaser, so that's always a favorite. And then we have Project Ballet doing the Nutcracker several times. So we have kind of a little bit of something for everyone, and to kind of take you up to the Christmas. We actually have an event on the 23rd. We're bringing an R&B artist, Raheem Devon, and we've got a lot of interest in that too. So yeah, we got like a little bit of everything building up to the holiday experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. That's really cool. I like that.
Is.
The variety of it all.
That's right. That's right. We try to make sure that we offer diverse programming to kind of meet everyone's needs.
Yes, and if people want to learn more about the upcoming events, how to get tickets, where should they go?
They can come and stop by the Starbank box office Monday through Friday, 10 to 6, or they can go on the website, fwembassytheater.org. We have all the information there, and call us at 424-5665. Any of those.
Yes. Thank you so much, Carly, for sharing that. And as you all can see, there's so much to do this holiday season. Get out and enjoy the entertainment at the Embassy Theater. We'll be right back.
Have an idea for the show? Want to find out how you can be a guest? Contact us at livinglocal15@wayne.com.
I am at the Fort Wayne Museum of Art. It is so historic as they just celebrated 100 years. And today we're going to learn more about the museum in this beautiful glass exhibit. Come on. We are standing in the glass wing at the Fort Wayne Museum of Art, and I am with President and CEO Charles Shepard. Hi, Charles.
Hi, Jessica.
How are you?
I'm so glad to be here. Thanks.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. You know, this place is pretty incredible. Glass everywhere. You have to be very careful.
Yeah, very careful.
Walking around, but start off by sharing with us about the museum and just really what people can experience when they come.
Well, people are surprised to learn that the museum's 100 years old.
Yeah.
We're entering our 101st year. We weren't always in this building. We were in different historic homes in town until we could raise enough money and muster the capital to get here and build a good building in 1984. But we have a long history in the community, long history serving the community. And this building, which I expanded once again in 2009, has enabled us to have 9 different gallery spaces and serve more people than we ever have in history.
Yes, and you have been here for 20 years.
I have.
Which, I mean, in that amount of time, you have been able to really put your imprint into the things that you have done here. So what would be the biggest changes or the things that you have done to evolve the place?
Well, I think if you look at internal, I've had a strong role in putting the funding together to keep us going, not only year to year, but in the endowment. And if you also look internally, I've built the collection from 1,000 items to almost 9,000 items and still growing. So those are 2 important things. Externally, the one important thing that means something to me, and I think it means something to the community, is that I had come from the academic world. I wanted to be in the world of people. So we, one-to-one, I did 1,000 interviews my first summer. Tell me what you like about this museum, tell me what you don't like. What do you feel? What don't you feel? And that information told the community I'm serious about listening.
Right.
And it put me in everybody's face.
Yeah.
And we're here because we love you. So what's going on? And that enabled me to build programming and exhibits that would meet the kinds of thoughts that they were sharing with me.
Okay, that's so nice. So stepping in there and talking to people and learning and growing. And so in this exhibit in particular, the Glass Wing, you are on a mission
I am.
to become the glass capital of the world. I joke with you because, I mean, you have made so much progress. So tell us about the glass exhibit in particular that we are standing in.
Well, we're in a series, a trio, if you will, of 3 galleries of major pieces from our collection, arranged chronologically. Glass, of this nature, studio glass, studio sculpture glass, existed first in 1963. And so in the first room we do 1963, 70s, up to the 80s, then we move into the 90s and the 2000s, then we move into 2010, 2020, and then we got to expand again.
Yeah, so as people walk through, they're kind of getting a little history lesson of how glass has been used for creativity. I mean, all of these sculptures, they look so unique, and I just look back, I'm looking behind you at this glass piece. How tall is that?
Oh, that's almost 6 feet half.
Wow. And so tell us just a fun fact about any of these pieces that we're looking at.
Well, the start of it was very modest, I have to tell you. In the early 60s, when Harvey Littleton, who was the first person to make studio glass, he was basically a potter, a ceramicist. He thought, I wonder if I could melt glass in my kiln for clay. And he did, and he got a little sculpture out of that. And he thought, this is really prettier than clay, and maybe we could refine this. So early on, these things are very modest, you know, and small, okay? Then his dream was, if he could teach this at his university, he would be teaching people that would be teachers at other universities, and you know, the glass would grow. And it did. One of his earliest students was Dale Chihuly, who everybody in the world's heard of in some form. Famous Dale Chihuly with all his gardeny, swirly things. And Dale was maybe one of the wilder students, but everybody loved him. So Harvey knew if he could get Dale to be a teacher, all the students would love him, and Dale would teach them how to make not glass like him, but glass in their own way.
Right.
And so throughout these rooms, you see so many people who've Dale's touched their lives in some way, and then you add into it, all right, so they're sculptors, and you're saying, try this new material, and you got to get it 2,000 and 3,000 degrees hot. You can't get burned. You got to move it fast. You got to learn how to do it. But they each have a voice inside that has led them to do the kind of thing, maybe elaborate and floral, maybe spare, you know, maybe geometric, like the one in the corner. And I think Dale did a lot to get them to make sure they brought their own voice out, which is why you see so much difference here. And even in the Dales that we have in the corner here, the first one is so different from the floral macchia pieces in the background. And you think, even he is finding a new voice in this. So a trip through these galleries is a trip through time and glass, and a trip through styles. And I'll tell you, it honestly is the most powerful sculpture being made in the late 20th and early 21st century. More than metal, more than wood, more than stone. And you know, we all know a lot of good artists that work in those materials, but glass has surpassed it. And it's partly because of its malleability when it's hot, but it's also partly because other than line, shape, color, form, fifth, it's got light. So light is a component that a bronze sculpture doesn't get to use, a wood or stone sculpture doesn't get to use. So these guys have it edge up, and their work comes out better and more in touch with today, I think, and more vital.
The light, okay, that's so interesting. I was going to say, because it's fragile, well, and it's one of a kind, and you have to be so careful.
All of that comes in
makes
too.
you more talented. Wow.
You're very aware. Last week we installed this, and when you handle these things, you're suddenly aware of the weight and the fact that if you sneeze, something's going to break.
Right.
And I'll tell you, at the end of the day, it's not your muscles that hurt, it's your tension, because you've been tense all day, not wanting to make any kind of mistake.
Yes, and so people can come through, they can walk, they can view it. You all have different exhibits that come in and out, but this one's a permanent one, right?
Yes, it is. Okay. It is, and
That's
there'll
exciting.
Be regular tours of it. There'll be special talks. There'll be artists flown in to talk about their work. You'll get to meet them, and there'll be a offshoot children's program about how glass gets formed and all this kind of thing. So we're going to do a real big push with glass, and that's what I think is going to make us a Midwestern anyway,
Yes.
center for glass.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Charles, for sharing this and all the nuggets and fun stories. That was so great.
Thank you.
And as you heard, this exhibit is here for a long time, but they will be switching out different glass pieces, and all of the other exhibits at the museum switch out continuously. So every time you come and visit, you will see something new. And we'll have information on how you can learn more about getting your tickets to the Art Museum. We'll be right back.
Living Local 15, proudly driven by the Kelly Automotive Group.
This segment sponsored by Next Step Realty, Century 21 Bradley. Here today to share home buying tips and financial advice in studio, we have Connie Mitchell, who is a real estate agent with the Next Step Realty Group, Century 21 Bradley, and Dave Camille, who is a loan officer with Ruoff Mortgage. Hello.
Hi there.
How are you guys doing?
Good.
Good, thank you.
Nice. Very nice to have you back.
Thank you.
Yes. So let's start off with talking about home buying tips right now. What is happening in the market?
The market is kind of slowing down just a little bit, and homes are staying on the market that are being sold for just a few more days than they used to. And over the last several months, you barely would have 12 to 24 hours to show someone a home and make an offer, and that has started to change a lot.
Really? Wow. And is it because of the holiday season that's happening right now?
I think traditionally that is what happens this time. There are a lot of people who still want to sell homes. There are a lot of people who are looking, so don't ever let that deter you from home shopping just because it's the holidays. We'll make sure if you decide you want to buy a house, we won't close on Christmas Eve or we won't close on Christmas Day or anything like that.
So tell me, what do you enjoy about the home buying experience and really helping your clients out?
That's what I enjoy. I like to show the homes. I enjoy seeing the different colors that people paint their house. I like to see the layout of homes, and I really enjoy that. I like to learn about my buyer, and I also like the opportunity to find out what they want. Are they looking for a basement? Are they looking for a big bathroom? Kitchens are really important to people, and there's, they want to know if there is a pantry, and they want to know how large it is, and that seems to be one of the most important things to buyers. Also, I like to show especially the first-time home buyers. It's so awesome to walk in. They are so excited. So it makes you very excited too. So I really do enjoy that.
Yes, that's awesome. And so as the home buyer is going through that first-time experience, Dave, can you speak to me about the different loan options that are available to them?
Sure. I too like working with a first-time home buyer because it gives me an opportunity to sit down with them, educate them on the different loan programs, talk to them about a mortgage payment, what it consists of, and just kind of try to put them at ease with the process. Now, part of my job is to talk to them about what the best loan product for them may be. Most first-time home buyers aren't blessed with a lot of money, so we often are not doing a traditional conventional loan, but maybe a conventional loan with a lower down payment option. I have a couple of those. It comes with a lower down payment, a little better interest rate, lower mortgage insurance, so if they can qualify, it's a good opportunity. We also have some programs through Indiana Housing and Community Development Authority, IHCDA, that has some down payment assistance programs too. And this is where the buyer will get money from the state for down payment. And as long as they stay in the house for a period of time, it's fully forgiven. So that's a great opportunity for them too.
Yes, okay. And as people are making that decision about which loan option would be best for them, is there a most popular one that people tend to go with? How can they kind of navigate that financial field?
Well, in this current environment we're in, most sellers like to see conventional loan offers, so that's the first thing we try to qualify them for. But not everybody does, so we just try to make it, as attractive for the seller as possible, and it was good for the buyer too.
Yes, okay. Well, wonderful. Any final tips to share just about, I mean, right now we are entering into Christmas time and just a moment where the home is just so important. So any final tips to share with our viewers?
I think that it is fine to put your home on the market. I think that this is a good time to, if you're thinking about selling your home maybe even in the spring, this is a good time to have us come out and help us, we can help you see what you need to get done, see what will help you in that situation.
Yes.
And I would say for like first-time home buyers is to take your time and listen to advice and learn as much as you can before you go out there and dive into home shopping.
Yes, all right. Take your time, learn as much as you can, and we will have the information for both Connie and Dave below so that you can contact them and they will help you on this whole journey. We'll be right back. This segment sponsored by Next Step Realty, Century 21 Bradley.
Go to the Living Local 15 page on WANE.com for recipes from the show, to watch a segment again, and to get information on products and services featured on Living Local 15.
Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, you can do so now, so you don't miss out on all the special things we have planned for the holiday season. And remember, shine bright each and every day, and don't let anyone dim your light. Have a great Giving Tuesday, and I'll see you right here tomorrow.
Follow us on social media at Living Local 15. Content segments during today's Living Local 15 were paid for by these sponsors.